Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lockhart.
I'm Gaynor.
And today we are spending 48 hours at the best new barbecue in America.
We do like a barbecue, don't we?
I love barbecues, yeah. Where do you reckon it would be? Texas, probably?
Yeah, I would have said
You'd
Texas.
imagine. I think it's a matter of time until we end up trying one of these proper ourselves.
In Texas.
In Texas, maybe, yeah. Should we get into this one then?
Yep.
What makes a good tray of barbecue, I believe, is consistency. Meats, sides, the sauce, pickles and onions. Every single bite that you take out of the tray, you want to be wowed. You want to be surprised. And that's very hard to do. Texas Monthly has a lot of power in barbecue. They started this list where if you make it at a high point on those lists, then your restaurant is changed forever. The list is the top 25 barbecue list. For some reason that week, we were having such a good week, set up a tray and we sat down and ate it. And we were just like, damn, this is so good. And then we turn around and we see Daniel Vaughn peeking out the glass window, and we're just like, yes! He ate that same food and wrote a really, really nice article about us and put us on that list. There was so much press about us in the very beginning. Everyone's kind of like, them again. We've had a story in Garden and Gun, the New York Times. Just 2 days ago, we were nominated for the James Beard Best New Restaurant. Such an honor. I mean, that's one of the greatest. That's like winning an Oscar or a Grammy for the food world. It reaches the people. They're just so happy that they can finally make it and eat our food.
Is she going to show us how to make it though?
5 in the morning to get all the bloody stuff started off.
What is this music? It's super chill. I like it.
I like more calmer, weird sounds music. But to me, because of that chaos in music, I'm able to focus. Not everybody's like that. Our Friday starts at around 5 a.m. and I'll get to setting up my area to go over the briskets once again, trimming. We serve Creekstone Master Chef. They're pretty much the big dogs of meats. They're pretty good. They cook really good. We get the delivery.
Do you know what? I can't stand the smell of raw meat.
Really?
Yeah. When I go in a butcher's, it makes me feel sick, the smell of raw meat. I love meat, I love chicken, I love beef, but I just don't like the smell of raw
I don't mind it.
No.
On Wednesday, I just kind of go through them pretty fast on Wednesday. Get everything ready for sausage.
Okay. So they just like to make them pretty.
Yeah.
What is that movement you're doing where you're kind of like rubbing the
Pinching
fat? Yeah.
and making it stick out so that I don't miss it. 'Cause it'll pop up halfway down the cook and you're like, dang it, I missed that spot completely. My favorite meat, of course, is brisket because you can get so nerdy about it. And it is the most challenging.
You caught it.
I felt it. You'll probably sneeze at some point with this seasoning.
So you guys make that yourselves?
Yeah, no one knows how heavy the shaker gets. The most overlooked thing for brisket, I believe, is seasoning. Oftentimes, the brisket is cooked perfectly. You get that slice of brisket and it looks so good. And then you bite into it and it's underwhelming because the flavor's not there. But you can tell that whoever was cooking these briskets worked their butt off. I forced myself to eat the rub every single morning for a few months so that I can really memorize that flavor. Probably one of the hardest things to do is to season, make sure it's not under-seasoned, and make sure it's not too salty. The first feeling when stepping into the smokehouse is feels like home, and it feels very natural and loving to me. We have this 1,000-gallon mill scale. Our investor, Joe, she put down the down payment for us because she believes in us and she loves us from the first day that she met us. This was the dream smoker for me. Now it's here, now it's mine. I love it. Seeing their work, I was just taken away by the craftsmanship. I love looking at the welds on the doors, on every piece of the smoker. The welds are perfect. Every smoker is different, no matter if it comes from the same person.
I wonder how much it costs to have all those smokers installed.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine it'd be cheap.
Well, she said they put the down payment down, so they must be very expensive. Let us know in the comments if you know how much it would cost to have a smoker like that.
Cook differently, and that was a challenge at the beginning to figure out how close to have the damper, how to run the fires too. It took a while for me to find that sweet spot where the draw is not being pulled so aggressively nor too slow, and now we got it at the perfect spot.
So I guess what's the strategy for like moving them around?
Just size and burn end direction. Yeah, bigger ones go towards the smokestack and against the wall.
Oh, okay.
How much? It's crazy how much they're going to sell in a day as well.
Middle ones in the middle. The overall theme about barbecue is patience at the same time too. There is very little room for error. You have to remind yourself that this is a one-time thing, and if you mess it up, then it's not like any other kitchen job where you can whip up something super quick. It's if you mess up, it's done. Once the meat's on, we feel so relaxed, and we're like, all right, that's taken care of. We'll deep clean the kitchen after working with all the raw meat, and then we'll get started on our real prep with making the chocolate pudding, the green spaghetti sauce, getting pickles, onions ready.
What the hell's green spaghetti sauce?
I'm guessing it's sauce for the spaghetti.
What? No.
But what would it be made of? Because the red tomato
Something
sauce
green?
is tomato. The green one. Is it like a
I don't know.
pesto
I've
or
never heard of it.
What is that? It looks like seaweed.
It's dill.
Oh, okay.
dill?
Dill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like a monster in here. It's really cool that we have like 2 giant windows in the kitchen. Most kitchens I've ever worked at. There's nothing to
Just
look
a
at.
greasy wall.
Yeah.
So this is the 4th hour mark. We're starting to enter the stall. I'm just gonna shift them back a little bit.
How hot is it in there? Because they don't put it like that hot, do they? Because they
No.
let it do it for ages.
Yeah, I think they do like 18 hours, 24 hours so it's probably on a very, very low heat.
Yeah, I was wondering
But
if it's
it
easy
can't-
to
yeah.
just go put her head in it like
I was
that.
gonna say it can't be that hot if she can reach
Yeah.
in and move everything around.
First started barbecue, I didn't have any eye bags, I didn't have any wrinkles. I started out Franklin. Johnny had worked at Franklin, and so that's where I met him. And I left to study abroad in Norway. I worked at a barbecue restaurant there called Way Down South in Oslo. Before I left to Norway, Johnny was actually leaving to Fort Worth around the same time. I vividly remember this conversation, sort of walking out and saying our goodbyes because I was going to Norway and he was going to Fort Worth. He said, I'm going to open my own restaurant and you're more than welcome to come and cook and learn. Came back to Austin and sure enough, he opened his own barbecue restaurant and that's exactly what I did. I would have been so comfortable at Goldie
Jesus.
if I were to have stayed, but I'm not a person that likes to be comfortable. I like to be challenged. I knew then, after
Well, she looks like
working
charcoal
with them
now.
Yeah.
for about a year.
I want to see the cut.
All right, y'all, it's time. It's time for me to go. And now we're here. Immersion blend it first and then blend it with with the Vitamix to really blend together.
I broke this, and then she finished breaking it.
That's some teamwork right there. I've heard a lot about the green spaghetti. I'm really excited to try that.
Everyone usually gets the green spaghetti. I'd say it's their signature side. It's fire roasted poblanos,
Oh, okay.
creamy, savory, a little bit spicy. I mean, everyone in the valley makes green spaghetti, but everyone does it differently. That's my mom's recipe right there. One of the best bites in the world.
Lockhartians love our green spaghetti and chopped brisket sandwiches.
What did you say? Wakardians?
Lockhart.
Oh, Lockhartians. Okay.
Barb's BBQ is located in Lockhart, Texas. It's a small town that has been around for a long time, but it is growing pretty rapidly. My favorite part about Lockhart are the people that live here. From the get-go, they're just like, the community is so supportive of what we were going to bring. You sort of feel a sense of magic from the history, the smell of smoke. You start seeing all these barbecue billboards, all these barbecue signs, and so you automatically feel that you are in a town that's ran by barbecue. Lockhart is where it all started. Crides became a meat market, and then you got Smitty's, and then you got the Blacks, all within such a short distance from each other. Thereon, it just grew to be what the town is for good barbecue. And what better than to add on to that history? So this one definitely stayed more composed, and it's like what it should look like.
I reckon you can just grab one of them bones and just pull it out.
Pull it out,
easily.
yeah, it's got to have to be really moist, isn't
Yeah.
it?
This one's the good looking one.
I just saw the patented Chuck karate chop.
Just see all the comments.
Inevitable.
One day it's going to be 1,000 times more worth it. The work that we're doing right now, the seriousness. It's not fun to open a restaurant the first year and not able to pay yourself. Well, you're working long hours. First year is never fun. And that's where we're at right now.
So how do you know they're ready to pull?
I feel ready. So just a nice feeling. You know, you make a piece of meat that's not meant to be tender, and it's magic. But like today, we are down to 14 hours now.
Wow.
Ideally, you want to have someone to do that first part of the brisket, the first 6 hours, and then you want to have someone else finishing them off, because it is a long day and it is not healthy for someone to do by themselves.
But she's doing it all herself.
When I grew up in Brownsville, which is like the southernmost tip of Texas, a border town, growing up the way I did with not much, it sort of made us age faster, age quicker. It was some rough times for sure. My parents worked so much. I was embarrassed, like, as a kid growing up, like, why are we living in a trailer park? But as soon as I went away from home, I realized, like, oh my God. Like, my parents were just like so stressed all the time that that's why they couldn't be there. There's a song by Juan Gabriel called Eternamente Agradecido. He sings about growing up in poverty in Ciudad Juarez, and he mentions, I never want my city or my people to go through the same poverty that he did. That's like such a fire in me to help so many people and help them live a good life, because it's a hard world out there. To have a restaurant, to own a business, like, wow. I am so fortunate that we have this little spot in this part of the world that we are able to welcome people and make them feel loved and send them out to the world with a piece of us. I think my favorite thing about cooking barbecue is how demanding it is. I think it comes down to having a lot of patience, and I have a lot of patience. We are open Saturdays and Sundays now
2
from
a.m.
11 to
What?
sold out, which is usually around 2. We started out with pop-ups and then worked our way to opening this restaurant. And so the pressure was already set very high. That was 2 a.m.
Wow.
This is the Irby. The Molotov ribs are truly an explosion of flavor. It's not what you expect because now I think it's very common to expect what a pork rib is going to taste like at barbecue restaurants. All these flavors. When you bite into it, you're like, what the heck? It's like very addicting. I like to think that that's kind of like my hot Cheeto creation because it's just so addicting, those flavors.
That must really ache your arms, putting those big slabs of meat on and off constantly.
Yeah.
You must have like proper big guns.
Yeah.
So when I was making the rib sauce, I was like, I want these ribs to taste savory and just a tiny bit of a kick because those are the flavors that we grew up with eating in Brownsville. The ribs go on at 2 a.m. because, gosh, if they went on any little later, we would be too stressed. Because specifically, the lamb chops and the sausage cook at a different temperature than the ribs. Lamb is one of the most delicious meats, in my opinion. I got to work with lamb in Egypt while helping open a barbecue restaurant over there because that's mostly what they eat. The lamb is tricky to cook because you want to get it medium rare. If you cook it any more than that, then it starts getting tough. It starts drying out very quickly. That medium rare lamb chop is just one of the most beautiful things that can happen in your mouth.
I love lamb chops.
So our main shirt says Barb's BBQ, and then it has a anime cowgirl with hearts coming out of the guns. Barb's BBQ. I was trying to find a name. Nicki Minaj had just released an album, but I just kept seeing Barb's everywhere because that's her fan base. Then it just clicked, like Barb's BBQ.
And I'm bad like the Barbie. I'm a doll, but I still wanna party. Pink felt like I'm ready to bend. I'm a 10, so I pull in a Ken. Like Jazzy, Stacy, Nikki. All of the Barbies is pretty. Damn. All of them.
Me and Office Bloke Daz went to see Nicki Minaj last week.
You did, didn't you?
We did. We loved it.
Quite strangely, if you ask me. No.
Yeah, she was really good.
Barbies is bad. It girls, and we ain't playing tag.
Put cheese in the sausage.
Cheese inside.
This is our new toddler, so.
Yeah, I can't wait to try it.
So we took the components of a pineapple upside down cake and we just made a cobbler out of it.
Jo is someone who saw me without meeting me in person. She came into my life through an Instagram message offering me a smoker. She said, I've been looking for someone to give this smoker to. I just found out about you.
I don't know you, you don't know me, but I have a smoker. I heard you're trying to come back to Austin and I'd be happy to see if there's some way we can work together. And so I didn't hear from Chuck for a few days. So I was like, she probably thinks I'm crazy because she doesn't know me. I don't know her. Then I got a message back from her a few days later and she's like, let's talk. And immediately when I met her, I knew that it was meant to be, like it was right.
She's my number one. She's my mentor. Not only did she go to culinary school, but she also owned a barbecue restaurant at a certain point in her life. She's very good with the financial side of things because she's an accountant and I'm just a cook. And if I was only a cook and I didn't have her to look at numbers and guide me, then we probably wouldn't have survived. So right now there isn't too much of a line. It gets from the service counter to the door at 11, and then from there on it stays consistently that size up until we sell out on Saturdays. Customer gets up to the counter and then
That's crazy, because if I went to that place, I'd just wait and come back every other hour or something until the queue's gone down.
And it never does.
Yeah.
Just shows how good she's done.
Yeah.
What are you up to? What are you doing here?
Hi there, y'all. How are y'all doing? Congratulations on being the finalist for the James Beard.
Thank you. We're pumped. It's small in here. It's intimate. You're more than likely going to share a table with strangers that you don't know. Very communal. You just really never know who you're going to meet here because it's people from all over.
I love when it's busy, you know, it fuels me, it gives the energy. Coming up, trade for two. Trade for two.
Most people get the trade for two, a little bit of brisket, a little bit of ribs, a little bit of turkey, 2 sides and 1 dessert. And then we have the full house, which has a pound brisket, pound ribs, half-pound turkey, a sausage, all 3 sides, pints, and both desserts.
So what do you recommend?
How long do you reckon you're taking to finish all that?
Oh, I would never finish all that.
Jesus. That's like a 3-man job, I reckon.
Yeah.
First timers get on their first BBQ tray.
The full house. I love change. I think change is the only constant in life, and I'm really excited about the future. Imagine what it will look like then if we are doing what we're doing right now.
Wow.
Well, it says see you next Saturday. Is it like a weekly thing?
Yeah, because they
They take that long to cook?
Yeah, she does Friday, doesn't she? Starts Friday, and then
Friday clock.
You know what I mean? Friday, and then work all the way through the night, 14 hours. She was saying for the meat, and then the Saturday morning. So it's just that.
And then she sells everything on Saturday, and then
Yeah.
Sunday it's just like kind of preparing everything again.
Yeah, and then back to it. Yeah, just like it's just once.
Damn, I didn't realise it took that long. Didn't realise it was something you can't really sell every day, is
No,
it?
it's like blooming hard work as well.
Yeah,
You're
I
like, no
guess.
wonder she was crying. She's a lovely woman. I'm so happy for her.
It looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Still need to go to Texas and try a proper
Yeah, we
American
do.
barbecue just like that.
Yeah, we do.
Anyway, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button for us. Please, be much appreciated, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.